Hey everybody, it's Mark, Dr. Deadwax, and it's time for another episode of the Inbox Challenge 2. This is day 8. Today's numbers were picked by Bobby Gass, and I know Bobby Gass is just cackling away because I had to go down to the bottom of the stack for his bin, and I pulled out a double too, and I can hear him laughing the whole time. I was getting a kick out of him. Give me a hard time. Some interesting records, a couple Canadian things in here. Let's just get started. I had a beer earlier, just no beer right now, but what I had earlier was finally Mill Street Vanilla Porters available in a can as opposed to just on tap in select bars. And this is another one of their nitrogen drafts, so it's got that wonderful creamy head. Really nice as it gets warm. The vanilla just opens right up. Check it out, Bobby. So first up is an unusual record. This is Truck Drivin' Fiddler by Gerry Malley. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous copy. This is the sound of country music. This is just absolutely mint. It's pressed by Allied, and it's on the Paragon label. This is just down east, traditional fiddle music, say derived from Irish traditional music, but the Canadian take on it. Kind of like Cayley music, jigs, reels, laments, that kind of stuff. Red Wing, Snow Deer, Country Waltz, Smash the Window, Crooked Stovepipe, Rippling Water Jig, Cotton Eye Joe, Liberty Two-Step, Johnny Wagoner, Flop-Eared Mule, Hillbilly Calypso, Cock of the North, Gerry Malley Fiddle, Mike McConnell Rhythm Guitar, Doug W. Lead Guitar, John P. Bass, and Bobby Hudson Drums. And Down East Fiddle Music, it's just really good. This is just great. I love traditional Irish music. I love Irish Cayley music. And I really enjoyed this. And this is just an absolutely pristine copy. There isn't even a tick on it, so that was great. Just great. Just great. Great pick, Bobby. Next is another Canadian record. So first two were Canadian. Now this is Avalon, Voice of Life. This is on London. It's kind of a blasé cover and such. It's on the London country scene, country road sunburst label, and it has the original tip in with it as well. Which is kind of cool. That has the lyrics and band member, musician information and stuff like that. So Avalon were like a progressive rock band. This is from 1977, I do believe. They were out of Ottawa, Ontario, with I think one of the members being from Quebec. Sometimes they're labeled as a French-Canadian prog band that sang in English, but I don't believe that's the case. I believe they were all English guys from Ontario. They did prog in the kind of symphonically, orchestrally, yes, kind of big keyboard sound prog, but more pop, kind of almost like a early Styx element to the music when they were very progressive and before they became the band that they became, if you get what I mean. Back when Styx were really kind of interesting, not necessarily great, but interesting. So this is a combination of those two things, a little ELP at times, a little Starcastle, good progressive rock. Mostly progressive, a little bit more rock and roll at times, and a little bit more pop, but still all of the hallmarks of progressive rock in the mid 70s to mid to late 70s. So this is a really good record. I really enjoyed this. I got this for $1. It's a good day to show that day. Had that for a year and a half at least. I can recommend that highly. I think if you like progressive rock enough to go out and hunt down kind of unusual things and like it kind of Yes-like and kind of commercial, then you'll like that. If you're looking for more kind of obscure avant prog, you won't. Next is a record from Triumvirat called Old Loves Die Hard, and this is one of their later records. This is from 1976. Comes with the inner sleeve, and the one guy's left the band by now. So they're not as, in my opinion, this is not as good a record. This is, it's still prog, still rock. It's on Capitol. It has mastered by Capitol and Dead Wax and the Winchester rifle. So this is an American pressing done at the Capitol plant in Winchester, Pennsylvania. This is still, in my opinion, the best Triumvirate record is Illusions on a Double Dimple. And this is, while good progressive rock, German prog, obviously, it's not as good as Illusions, and it wasn't. There was nothing to it that detracts from it when I was listening to it. Just it doesn't quite have the same sparkle and magic that you're looking for. So a good record, a record I'll spin again, but by no means essential. If you're looking to try Triumvirat, find Illusions on a Double Dimple, and you can find that for like $1 all the time. So that's the way you want to go. Triumvirat are a much better band than the Dollar Bin, but sadly that's where they are. And that happens a lot. Next is kind of another Canadian connection here. This is the Hub of Hubbard this is on MPS, the BASF MPS label. And this is a fantastic label, of course. So much great music came out on this label. This is a US pressing. It's a unit pack, so the record goes in here. And this is from the CBC Jazz Library, or the CBC, anyways, not the Jazz Library, the CBC Library out of Winnipeg. This says property of CBC Manitoba on the back here, with their inventory control barcode, and of course filing catalog numbers and stuff like that. I got this last year, almost a year ago exactly, when I was doing last year's Inbox Challenge. I got this at a record show for $5. And it was like the first time I did like an after the dig kind of thing at the end of one of my Inbox Challenge videos. And it's nice to finally get around to it. I remember when I bought this, I found another one like 2 weeks later, and I bought it as well. And I remember Fred asked me, "Why did you buy another one?" It's like, because you never know. You don't see this kind of stuff too often. I haven't seen it since. Both of them were clean. You never know, just because it's clean, if it's going to play well. The price was right. This was $5, and I know it's going to be a good record because other people talked about it. So I always know I can find a home for a good record. So, you know, VCLT or, you know, gifts to friends around here or whatever. So this is fantastic. This is smoking fucking record. This is, cannot recommend this highly enough. This is one of the top 5 Freddie Hubbard records I have in my collection, and I have at least 20 and maybe 25. This is fantastic. Cannot recommend this enough. Players on this are Freddie Hubbard, Richard Davis, Eddie Daniels, Roland Hanna, and Louis Hayes. And just wow. Wow. So if you see that in your travels for $5, I love those CBC records. I mean, they were taken care of. The covers are, you know, they got the stickers and everything on them, but I don't give a shit about that. It's all about the music for me, and all about the quality of the actual record in the sleeve. And those records, you know, typically are super clean. Often they were never played, and all the wear is on the outside, or they were played like once or twice. And finally, here's another record. This is from the University of Buffalo's library, and this is Miles Davis at the Filmore. And this one's a little rough, you know. It's got some splitting in the covers. This is not a Bobby Z record, but you know, this was $7, and it's on the standard red Columbia. But the reason why I bought this is because it's a dead first pressing. All 4 sides are 1A stampers. So, I mean, grade's probably VG plus visually. It plays VG plus on half the sides and damn well near mint on the others. So could not be happier to find this. And what a smoking, psychedelic, rockin', fusion album this is. This was wild. Just a wild show. You know, all the songs are like a side long. They're just amazing. And just such a fusion of rock, energy and sensibility, and jazz. And so just great record to find. And yeah, left a comment once, Bobby. I got a lot of jazz. Yeah, I got a lot of jazz. I'd say 60% of my collection, if not more, is jazz. And probably a higher percentage of that is, I would probably buy 70% jazz nowadays. Maybe even higher. There's not, if the rock's really interesting, I'm buying it, but the jazz is what I'm always, that's my thing. That's what I like the most, is jazz. So, Miles Davis Live at the Filmore. That's a wild record. You have to like Electric Miles. You have to like the jazz to be slightly free. And if you like that, you'll love that record. The Hub of Hubbard is just a total fucking gem. This is Illusions on a Double Dimple. Okay, that's Old Loves Die Hard is not essential. If you are a prog fan looking to expand your prog world, and you like organ-based symphonic prog, I can recommend that. And if you like down east fiddle music, this is great. I really like this. Anyway, Bobby, those were some great records. Everyone in there is a keeper, even that Triumvirat, while not essential. I like the band, and I'll revisit that record in the future. So, thanks everybody for watching, commenting, playing along, Week 2 has begun. Only 3+ more weeks to go. Have a great day, everybody. Keep the record spinning.